Okay, so I've been kind of like working on this for a long time over the years, and there's people who are using open plotter Raspberry Pis out there and stuff. Just want to give it kind of a demo. Um, this is a Raspberry Pi 3B Plus, has a gig of RAM on it, and has oh, gigabit Ethernet. However, the USB 2 bus that the Ethernet on will only do 300 megabyte, and that's okay because I don't plan on using a full gigabit. The way this is set up, it has a Motissier hat on it, which is a AI. It has GPS, AIS, which is Automated Identification System for ships, and a oh accelerometer, three dimensional acceleration, and it can take heel and fore and aft motions, and then it also has a magnetometer, which is your compass, and it has a thermometer and a barometer in it, which gives you barometric pressure, atmospheric pressure, and temperature. Now, currently it's hooked up to this monitor, but it will work just fine without the monitor. I can unplug it just like this, and there's no monitor on there. Now, this is not running like a regular Raspberry Pi on a SD card. You can see that. There's no SD card there. That would be the SD card. This is running off of a M.2 drive. This one's 256 gig in there. I have a terabyte one here too, and you'll see why I want to have that. Although all the charts for the Pacific and Central and South America and the West Coast are on this drive right now, and they take probably maybe 4 gig of space. I'm going to close the door behind me. Okay. Now, you can see I have a few computers up here, and it's because I want to demo this for you a little bit. This is my iPad. It's an iPad Air 2, and this is significant because the iPad 2 Air and the iPad Mini 4 both had laminated screens, so water can't get in between them. They can't be repaired very easily, and they're a little bit pricey on the screens. But the other thing is that both of these, iPad Air 2 and the iPad Mini 4 have glare-resistant coatings already put on the screen by the factory. They're the only two iPads that I know of that have that. Now, and there's a picture of our boat in the background there. The solar panels have 3 out of 4 of them. Okay, so I can go and VNC. Oh, I should probably hang on a sec here. Let me check, make sure I'm on the right Wi-Fi network, and I'm not. I'll click that. And this is not only a navigation computer. This Raspberry Pi also functions, it's Wi-Fi on it, like you would have Wi-Fi on a computer or a tablet, is also the access point for the boat. So any internet coming in through here comes out as Ethernet, as Wi-Fi for the rest of the boat and any devices that are on it. This will be replaced with a long-range Wi-Fi and long-range cellular routers that I'm going to be putting on there. And so you can pick up Wi-Fi or cellular for 4 or 5 miles, maybe. Cellular for longer if you're over the water. Now, we got Wi-Fi connected, and I'm going to show you on this little tablet, my iPad here. VNC, that's my network connection. And I'll connect to the Pi, and that's the screen you just saw before that was up there. Now, I don't need to, this can go in the cockpit with me. And I don't, and you can take it to the bathroom if you had to down below. And you can tell where you're going. I'll turn on the navigation software. And you can see, I'm going to make this, I'm going to make this full screen. Now, you can see that the, there it is. I lost my cursor. You can see that the charts that I have on there cover Central America, the Pacific, and the West Coast. If I go in, and that's us right there. Now, if I go over here, I'll get our dashboard up here so we can get an idea what's going on. So, that's our GPS, barometric pressure, nose up, tilt, and if I take that pie and I tilt it, you can see that heel changed. And I turn it, you can see the compass is changing. GPS is a little slower, but it has our position on the chart right there. Now, if I go down here and I start expanding, and I can set this automatically to quilt, but I didn't yet. I can change to a chart that's a little bit more visible to us. I'll come down on the river a little bit here so you can kind of see what's going on. So when I start expanding these charts, it will quilt if I set it to. I don't know how it's set. Oh, yeah, it is set that way right now. It is set. As I get closer, and you can see the depths and so on. Now, the automated ship identification system that's on this board will also overlay the shipping that shows up for it and weather and quite a few. There's some really cool things you can do with that, the overlay stuff. Now, kind of interesting here as we move along. I want to kind of give you the demo here of multitasking here, and this is some of the cool stuff that. Now you can see. I'm going to close that up. Now, if I go down here, the folders on the iPad, and I look on here and go, gee, it's just the stuff that's on the iPad, maybe iCloud. But if I go up here to there, I can see I can connect to a server. And I'm going to do that. And that server is the Raspberry Pi. So that would be that 256 gig M.2 drive. You look up specifications for M.2 drives, you can be really surprised because they're very, very fast. They're solid state, they're much faster than a regular one, although the restrictions on this would be that the Pi is working with USB 2, but it's still faster than the SD card. Now I'm going down into that drive over there and go to the desktop, shared, and give it a sec here. Boom. I can bring up a movie. So when you're on watch and you need some entertainment to keep you awake, you can also have a movie going and So I got that movie. I'll bring that back up here. And then I go down to the bottom of the screen here and then slide up. I can. Bring up my chart again. Now,
do you,
I have
Ethan,
the movie
take Julia to be
and
your
the
lawful
chart.
wedded wife?
I do.
To have, to hold, to love, cherish, honor, and protect?
I do.
To shield from terrors known and unknown? To
And I can
lie,
move that around. You see,
to deceive,
I also have
to live a double life,
Google's up
to
there.
fail to prevent her abduction, erase her identity, force
And
her
I can
into
actually
hiding,
make these
take
screens
away all
larger
she
and
has
smaller.
known,
Stop.
in a selfish, futile, fleeting attempt to escape your own true self.
Okay.
Please, stop.
So,
And Julia,
if I
do you
choose this one,
to accept?
Don't.
I do.
No.
You should have
I
killed
can
me.
choose this one. Drag it around. Okay. So, yeah, I can make it bigger too, but I don't have two hands going here. All right. So you can see the multitasking that's going on. This is VNC, and I can have my charts up. I can move my cursor around on my chart, do my things, and everything else. Now,
Fate whispers
this is
to
the
the warrior.
interesting part.
A storm is coming.
I look up on my Mac here.
The warrior whispers back. I am the storm.
Turn on Soy Libre, the Wi-Fi. There's my screen again over there. Of course, I don't have the movie because the movie was actually running on the iPad over there. If I go over here, again. Oops.
Good evening, Mr. Hunt.
I should have
The
opened up
anarchist
the
Solomon
Wi-Fi
Lane.
on that one.
Since you captured him 2 years ago, his absence from the world stage has had unintended consequences. His syndicate of rogue covert operatives continues to wreak havoc around the globe.
Okay.
The CIA's Special Activities Division has relentlessly hunted Lane's elite network of hostiles, but many remain unknown and at large. The remnants of this extremist splinter cell refer to themselves as the Apostles. They have since adopted a policy of terror for hire, making them an even greater threat. They are responsible for the recent smallpox outbreak in Indian-controlled Kashmir along the borders of China and Pakistan, threatening 1/3 of the world's population. The epidemic is being contained.
So I now
Intelligence
have
would indicate that
this
a new
running
client has hired the Apostles for a more
on
ambitious
all three
operation.
desktops.
They have been contacted
And
by this
any
man,
changes
an unidentified
when I'm moving the
extremist
cursor
known only by the
around,
code
I
name
can see
John
that
Mark,
cursor
author of this apocalyptic manifesto calling for the destruction
moving
of
around
the
on that
world
one.
order. It is believed Lark is
Moving around
responsible
on
for the
that one.
disappearance of Norwegian nuclear weapons specialist
and on
Neil
that one,
Stelbrook.
all at the
Dr.
same time.
Dunlop's security clearance was
It all
revoked
works.
after he expressed fiercely anti-religious views.
Very, very
Meanwhile,
interesting.
the
Let me
Apostles
turn
have
up
been
the
in
sound
contact
for a
with
second.
elements of the Eastern European underworld who are in possession.
Okay. And that would be my demo. That's a lot of stuff going. And that little Raspberry Pi only uses maybe 1 amp at the most, if not less, depending on what's running on it. It will throttle down. But the amount of power it's using can be on 24 hours a day on the boat, and it won't be a problem. And so that's our boat computer. Okay. You have any questions? You can put them on YouTube.